Are you able to see the screen? Okay, 12 members have joined. So one more question we will take, and then we will start with today's class. Okay. So the question is liquid crystal display LCD monitors that we have in that we are using for computers. It is based on the principle of four options: polarization, reflection, refraction, and transmission. So which principle is used in LCD monitors? Come on, what's the answer? The right option is polarization. Fine. Reflection and refraction. These two are optical things. Transmission means transmitting it from one place to another. So we will use optical fibers to transmit light from one place to another. That's where we use the transmission principle. So polarization is what we are using in liquid crystal displays. Last question, and after this we will go for the class. So plasma display contains, what does it contain? Gas at low pressure, liquid at low pressure, gas at high pressure, or liquid at high pressure? So you must have heard about plasma displays also. LCDs, plasma, or LEDs, or OLEDs nowadays. They are all newer kind of technologies which are used in monitors or televisions. So what is present in plasma display? What is present in plasma display? Last question, come on. Nobody knows. So all this is a part of the syllabus. Fine, I'm not just doing time pass. In fact, I may take some tests, some MCQ tests I will be conducting, and these marks will directly go into your assignment. So it's like a punishment I'm giving for those who are turning up late to the class.
No, but class was previous class was over just now.
Yeah, you should remind the madam or sir before 5 minutes. Just last 5 minutes are left, ma'am. Then the teacher will plan accordingly and finish up in 5 minutes, right? If you don't remind, they may just go in the flow. Even I sometimes go in the flow, and I don't have a way of keeping track of time, right? Anyway, it's not a bad thing, right? Even if you're a good student, you will go back to see the recording and you will find out, and you will accordingly be able to answer the questions, correct? So anyway, the answer to this is gas at low pressure. Please remember this. So plasma display is one of the hardwares we are using for computers. Fine. And in the new syllabus, hardware and software both are part of the syllabus. So you will have to know about all the different hardware that we are using in the computer technologies, and also the different software that are available in the market. Fine. Fine. So let's go to the class for today. So what was covered in the previous class? What did we cover in the previous class? Come on, be fast, yeah, respond. Okay, so we covered these automatic 2D facilities: fillets, chamfer, hatching, dimensioning, editing, windowing, and zooming. All these things were covered in the previous class. So now we have to go for 2D and 3D transformations. Today we'll be going for 2D and 3D transformations. Ready, everyone? So even though the topic appears so small, it appears so small, but there is a lot of mathematics behind this. Fine. So if you are good with matrix manipulations, matrix calculations, you will feel that this subject is very, very easy and it will be a lot more attractive to you. But if you are not good with matrix manipulations, then this will appear like magic. Anyway, I'll be explaining to you how to do this matrix manipulations. For the first time, I'll be explaining, and thereafter, I'll have to go faster. Okay, so let's begin. So first of all, what is transformation? What is transformation? Anyone? What is transformation? Have you seen the movie Transformers?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Famous movie. What happened in Transformers? Who are
Cars
Transformers?
transform.
So cars. So there will be some
Vehicles
cars.
Transform into giant robots.
Yeah, cars, trucks, and all these things, they transform into giant robots. So what's happening here? So what's happening here? So the wheels will appear somewhere on the shoulders, and all these parts of the car will be present somewhere on the robot. Fine. So that's what is a transformer. So what's happening here? A transformation is happening here. Okay? A transformation is happening here. Transformation means what is transformation? Change. Okay? So a car is changing into a robot. A car is changing into a robot. So change is happening. A change is happening. Fine. A change is happening from the car to a robot. So transformation means change. Transformation means change. So now a car to a robot, this is very, very complicated transformation. A car to a robot is a very, very complicated transformation. But in the syllabus, we'll be talking about very simple kinds of transformations. Fine. So what kind of transformations we can talk about? We can talk about move or translate. No, something else. Okay. So move is one. Then we'll be talking about rotate. We'll be talking about scale. We'll be talking about mirror. Then what else? So okay, in some books it also talks about stretch. Actually, stretch was a part of the old syllabus that we had to deal with. So all these are the transformations which we should be dealing with. So all these transformations, you'll be doing problems on these. You will have to do problems on this. So there will be some matrix formulae. Matrix formula will be there. So this matrix formula, you keep it in mind and use this matrix formula. You will be solving some of the problems. Okay. Then transformations we understood. Transformation means change. So these are the changes that we'll be talking about in the syllabus: move, rotate, scale, mirror, and stretch. Geometry. What is geometry? What is geometry? Come on, geometry is something which you are dealing with from since your school, correct? This is what is the thing about communication. A good engineer should have very good communication skills. Fine. A good engineer should have very good communication skills. So whatever ideas he is forming in his mind, he should be able to communicate properly to the people to whom he has to give the presentation. If you make a very good design, but if you are not able to present properly to the audiences, then nobody will invest in your idea, right? Nobody will invest in your idea. If you are good with presentation, even if your idea is bad, people will start investing in you, correct? So that's why I'm telling communication is a very important aspect of an engineer. So if you're not good with communication, if you're feeling hesitant whenever I'm asking some question, whenever I'm expecting you to answer or interact with me, then that's a danger sign for you. Fine. That's a danger sign for you. But it's okay. You still have time. You're still just in third year. You still have 1 year to cope up with this hesitancy. Okay. So you have to face this hesitancy. You have to practice speaking. You have to practice interacting, improving your English, not just English. And communication is much more than English. Fine. Communication is more about body language, your attitude, everything. All this comes under communication. And if your communication is wrong, then even if you're first ranker in the BE or whatever course you're doing, then it's of no use. Fine. I'm telling you frankly. I've seen it, actually, literally I've seen it. there were some students who were toppers in their batch, but they didn't get job when the companies came for hiring. And the primary thing they told was the same: communication skills were lacking. The student was very good at remembering stuff from the classes, from the notes, and he was able to top the subject. But when it came to communication, group discussions, communication, and all the tests that the companies make the people to go through, in all these tests, he came up last. So he was just left. Okay. So anyway, I'll give you some time. Don't worry. I'm not going to cut marks just because you're not interacting now, but please make it a practice in the future classes to interact as much as possible. Fine. So geometry is more about the shape. Geometry is about the shape. Fine. So there are different shapes available. We have the simplest shape called point. Then we have line, we have planes, we have solids. Okay. So all these you have studied how to draw all these in the engineering graphics, right? So engineering graphics, whatever you learned, all that is about geometry itself. All that is about geometry itself. Fine. So I'll just put this in a box. Okay. So all these are the different shapes, and you have learned them in this subject. Then 2D and 3D. What is 2D and what is 3D? What is 2D? What is 3D? Come on. 2D, 3D. It is so simple.
2-dimensional and 3-dimensional.
Very good. So 2-dimensional, 2-dimensional, and 3-dimensional. What is a dimension? What is a dimension? Dimension means the direction, you can say. Fine. So we have how many? A total of 3 directions, 3 dimensions: x, y, and z. Fine. So these are the 3 directions. So if your object is in 3 dimensions, then it is called as 3D or 3-dimensional object. But if your object is just in 2D, fine, 2 dimensions, only x and y are enough to define your object, then this is a 2D object. Correct? Am I correct? Okay. At least say yes, no, that much at least you should be good at. If you're not responding, how will you come to know whether you're listening, not listening, you have kept the mobile and went away somewhere, what exactly you're doing? Wow, so silent, ping drop. Anyway, let me continue with the class. Recording is there anyway, it's getting recorded, so you can watch it later as well. So first, let us talk about the 2D transformation. Fine. So we'll come back to this page later. So 2D transformation. 2D transformation. Ready? The 2D, as you told, it is 2 dimensions. So only there will be 2 dimensions. One, let us say, one is x, the other is y. So if you take up kind of point, you can take up a point, and you can apply all these transformations. What were the transformations that I told you will be concentrating on? What were the transformations that we'll be concentrating on? Okay, let's take up these. Right. So let me take this. Go here. Paste. Okay. So these are the transformations that we'll be talking about one by one. Fine. So is the text visible on the screen, or do you want me to write slightly bigger?
It is visible, sir.
Okay. So those who are using mobile, you can pinch and zoom if it is very, very small. And with that interaction, I hope that you will be able to see all this clearly. So we'll be mostly dealing with point. Fine. We'll be mostly dealing with point. We'll take a point and we will perform all these transformations on this thing. So let's begin. So a point P, let us say, the coordinates of this x1, y1. Coordinates of the point P are x1, y1. Okay. Now this, let us say, is the point P. Now I want to perform these transformations on this one by one. Okay, so let me take move transformation first. Fine. So if I want to do the move transformation on this, I have to move it by some distance in x direction, and then I have to move it by some distance in y direction. So this is the x direction, this is the y direction, and finally the point that we get, the final point that we get, let us call it as q, and the coordinates of q, let us say it is x2 y2, x2 y2. Okay. So one thing here, instead of xy, let me give it some name. Okay, give it some name. So let us say this is a distance in x direction and b distance in y direction. Now I want to relate these values x2 y2 and x1 y1, x2 y2 and x1 y1. Fine. So I'm writing this as a matrix. I'm writing this as a matrix. So this is a column matrix. So when I want to find the relation between x2 y2 and x1 y1, how it will be? How can you find it? How can we find it? Come on, yeah, answer it. Okay, I'll start calling the names. If you're not responding this way, then I'll have to start asking, because you took this subject because of your interest, right? You were interested in this subject and that's why you have taken it up. Even though a more easier subject was available, or which was just theoretical, you could have just by hearted and vomited in the exams all that you had by hearted, and you could have got passed. But because of your interest in this, you have taken this up. So roll number 14. Pantul.
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. So how to relate this? X2 y2 will be equal to x1 y1. What I have to do? Plus, into, minus. What I have to do? Yeah, it's simple. You see, plus. I have to do just plus, right? I just have to do plus. What I have to do plus? What I have to add?
The difference between P and Q
A.
points x2.
Yeah, that's what. The difference is A now. I'm moving by a distance A in x direction and then moving by a distance B in y direction. So A and B I have to add to x1 and y1 respectively. So A should be added to x1, B should be added to y1. So this is the relation. Is this clear?
Okay.
This is the relation. Next, let us talk about rotate. Rotate is slightly complicated. Rotate is slightly complicated. Fine. So let me take this to the next. Wow. And it's over. Right. Okay. So I have to add some more layers to this. Just 2 minutes, huh? Layer. Animation timeline. Yes. Okay. So next we'll talk about the rotate option. Fine. So once again, I'll take the same point. Once again, I'll just take the same point. Okay, take this complete thing. The next one. Okay. So now, all right. This I'll have to delete. Okay. So now instead of doing moving, I have to now do rotate. Fine. So when I do rotate, I'll be rotating it in anti-clockwise direction, in this direction. Okay. And then I will get a final point somewhere here. I'll get a final point somewhere here. Fine. So after rotation, again, let us say Q is the point we got. X2, Y2 are the coordinates of this one. P were the coordinates X1, Y1. So once again, we have to again relate X2, Y2 with X1, Y1. How can we relate it? How can we relate it? So we have to start rotating this from this point to this point, right? So this is the rotation we have to do, and let us say the angle by which we are turning is theta. The angle by which we are turning, it is theta. So how to relate this? So let us do a slight calculation first of all, right? So what's the color? Okay. Let me take a different color, yellow or orange, right? So what is this distance? This distance is x2, right? And what is this distance? This is x1, right? Am I right? Same way, what is this distance? What is this distance? This is the y coordinate, right? This is the y coordinate of the first point P. Then coming here, what is this distance? What is this distance? This is the y coordinate of the second point Q. So this will be y2. Okay. Now we need to find the equations to find x2. We have to find x2 and we have to find y2. Fine. How can we find it? X2, we have to find it in terms of this one, right? So we have to first take x1 and we have to subtract something from this. We have to subtract something from this. Okay. So what we have to subtract? This angle here is alpha. Okay, alpha is the angle, this one, and this angle from this line to this line is theta. Okay, so now we have to find the relation between all this. Ready? So first let us define x1 and y1. Okay, let's define x1 and y1. The distance OP, let us write it as r. Fine. And that r is also equal to distance OQ. Distance OP and OQ both are equal to the radius r, let us say. So x1 is this. It can be written as r into cos alpha. Y1, this distance, it can be written as r into sine alpha. Okay, so that is how we have expressed x1 and y1 in terms of r and the angle alpha. Now coming to x2 and y2. x2 y2 also same way we have to do. So r into the total angle we have to take, alpha plus theta. So once again it is going to be cos, but the angle is going to be theta plus alpha. And the second one, y2, will be again r into sine of angle, but the angle in this case will be total angle, theta plus alpha. Now we all know the expansion of this. What is the expansion of cos a plus b? What is the expansion of cos a plus b? Cos a plus b. Roll number 16. Roll number 16, please unmute and answer. What is cos a plus b? Cos a plus b is cos a cos b minus sin a sin b, isn't it? So we'll have to apply this here. So r multiplied with cos theta cos alpha minus r multiplied with sine theta, sine alpha. Now, if you know here, if you see here, r cos alpha is nothing but x1, r sine alpha is nothing but y1. So when you substitute, what happens? R into cos alpha. Both these terms will go away, and in place of them, we will get x1 into cos theta, and minus here what will happen? Here r and sine alpha will go away. R and sine alpha will go away. In place of them, we will get y1. So y1 into sine theta. Same way here, y2 we have to do. So sine a plus b we'll have to expand. So we all know sine a plus b. What is the expansion of sine a plus b? It is sine a cos b plus cos a sine b. So apply that here. So we'll get r into sine theta cos alpha plus r into cos theta and sine alpha. So once again, r into cos alpha will go away. In place of r into cos alpha, we will get x1. So x1 into sine theta plus, in place of r and sine alpha, we will get y1. So y1 into cos theta. So these are the relations. So x2 in terms of x1, y1 can be written as x1 cos theta minus y1 sine theta. Fine. So instead of writing it full like this, I'll just write c theta minus y1 s theta, and y2 I can write it as x1 s theta and plus y1 into c theta. Okay. Now the same thing I'll have to write it in matrix format. So can we convert this into matrix format? x2 y2 will be equal to what do we have here? We'll have to separate x1 y1, and this has to be a matrix multiplication. So here in the first equation, x1 is multiplied with cos theta, so cos theta, and y1 is multiplied with minus sine theta, so minus sine theta. And for the y2 term, first term x1 is multiplied with sine theta, y1 is multiplied with cos theta. Okay, so this here what we got, this is what is the final matrix formula that I was talking about. So this is the matrix formula for rotation. This is the matrix formula for rotation. Is this clear? This is the matrix formula for rotation. Okay. So whenever you want to do rotation, you will have to use this formula. Okay. So by heart this and keep it ready. Next, let's go for scale. Okay. Let's go for scale next. What is scale? What is scale, ma? Come on, you have all passed engineering graphics, you said. And what is scale? Answer me.
Length
RF.
of dimensions.
No, scale is not the length. Fine. That's what that's how you have been thinking about the scale. But scale, the way scale has much deeper meaning than the device which you are using to measure the length. Fine. Scale and RF, they are used in the same sense. What is RF? Roll number 25. Roll number 25. 26 is on hold. If you're getting any calls and other stuff, please make them hold till the class is over. Fine. So don't attend to calls in the middle of class. RF, what is RF? RF is representative factor. Forgot everything. Representative factor. Okay. And what is representative factor? It is the drawing size by actual size. Drawing size by actual size, isn't it? So the scale is similar to this. So scale is the ratio between drawing size and the actual size. Okay. So when I mean scale here, I'll be increasing or decreasing the size. Increasing or decreasing size. Fine. While retaining the shape. Shape will not be changed. Shape will not be changed. We will just increase or decrease the size. We will just increase or decrease the size. Okay. Once again, let us see. We'll have to again start with the x and y axis. X and y axis. And then we'll have to take a point. Let us say P is the point. X1, Y1 are the coordinates. Okay, let me write it like this here. P, X1, Y1 are the coordinates. P, X1, Y1 are the coordinates. Okay. Okay. Right. X1, Y1 are the coordinates. Now we want to scale it. How to do the scaling? Scale means increasing or decreasing the distance of this from the origin. Increasing or decreasing the distance of this from the origin. So the next point, let us say it's coming here. So this, let us call it as Q, and the coordinates are x2, y2. Fine. The coordinates are x2, y2. So what we'll be doing here is we will be taking up this distance, let us say r1, let us say, and this distance, let us say r2. So what will happen here is r2 will be s times r1. R2 will be equal to s times r1. And what is this s? This s is called scaling factor. The s is called a scaling factor. Okay. So we'll have to again find the relation between x2, y2 and x1, y1 in this format using this relation. Okay, ready? So how to get that? How to get that? How to get that? Let me take a red color. Okay, let me take red color. So that we can do by using relation like this. So what is this distance? What is this distance? And what is this distance? What are these distances? This
X1.
distance is x1. Very good. X1. Very good. Fine. And what about this distance? Distance from
X2.
y-axis to this point?
X2.
This is x2. Very good. Very good. Fine. So like this, please respond. Fine. Respond. Even if you are wrong, I'll just maximum thing I can do is I can just correct you. Fine. I will not be doing any punishment or anything. So what is this distance?
Y1.
Y1. Good. And lastly, what is this distance?
Y2.
Y2. Y2. Okay. So, okay, 1 minute. It should come only to here, right? So this distance is y2. Okay. So this relation we'll have to use it. Now, as I told, R2 will be equal to R1 into S. R1 into S. So we have to find the relation between X2 and X1. So what will be the relation between X2 and X1? X2 will be equal to the same value S into X1. Can I write it like this? Can I write it like this?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
So because the triangle, the small triangle and the large triangle, they'll be similar to each other. The small triangle and large triangle are similar to each other. So if this length is S times this length, then this length will also be S times the previous, right? And same way, this length, if it is Y1, this length will be S times Y1. Okay, so X2 will be S times X1, and Y2 will be S times X, Y1, Y1. Okay, so this is the relation. So once again, how to put this in matrix format? How to put this in matrix format? How to put this in matrix format? Move this out. How to put this in matrix format? X2, Y2, they become the column matrix, and S is a scalar multiplication, right? S is a scalar multiplication. So both the terms have S in it. So S can be taken out directly as a scalar value, and X1, Y1 will remain inside. X1, Y1 will remain inside. So this is how the scaling function is going to work. Fine. So this kind of scaling is called uniform scaling. What is it called? Uniform scaling. Uniform scaling. Now there is one more type of scaling that can be called as non-uniform scaling. Fine. So what will happen in non-uniform scaling? What will happen in non-uniform scaling? The value of S, the scaling factor, will not be the same in both the directions. The value of S will be different in both the X and Y directions. Fine. So once again, we will start with a point P, coordinates X1, Y1, and you see this is the line joining. Fine. So let us say R1 is the length, and the next point Q will not be in the same line. The next point Q will not be in the same line. Fine. So this is going to be slightly different like this, right? So it will not be in the same line. It will not be in the same line, right? So once again, we'll have to start with this. So what's this length? What's this length? This is X1. What's this length? What's this length? 1.
X2, sir.
X2. And what's this length? What's this length?
Y1.
Y1. What's this length?
Y2.
Y2. Y2. Fine. So we have to find the relation between these again. Okay. So what to do? X2. Now X2 and Y2, they are not uniformly scaled. So we cannot have this triangle situation. Can we have the triangle situation? The triangles in this case, they are not similar. The triangles in this case, they are not similar. So what we have to do? Yes, ma'am? What we have to do? What should we do? Okay, 1 minute. So yes. Oh, sorry. I'll just remove this. Fine. So now once again we will get two triangles, but these two triangles, they are not similar. The two triangles, they are not similar. Okay. This is how the two triangles are. So in X direction, we will have to take a different scaling factor. Let us say Sx. And in Y direction, we'll have to take another scaling factor. Let us say Sy. Sy. Okay. So let us do this. Right. So X2 now will be equal to Sx times X1. And Y2 now it will be Sy times Y1. Okay. So the scaling factors are different in both the directions. Now once again, we'll have to convert this into matrix format. Once again, we'll have to convert this into matrix format. How to do this? How to write it in matrix format? So this will be x2, y2 column matrix on left side, LHS, and x1, y1 we will have to take, x1, y1 we'll have to take outside. X1, y1 we'll have to take outside. So what needs to be multiplied to this? What needs to be multiplied to this? So you can see in x2, so yeah, in the x2, we are not getting y1. So what happens here? It should be 0. And here, yes, x has to be multiplied. Fine. In the second equation, we don't have x1 term. So x1 should be multiplied with 0 here. And y1 term, the second one, it is multiplied with yes, y. Okay, so this is how the matrix manipulation, the matrix formula is going to be like this. For what? For scaling. Okay, for scaling. Is this understood? Any doubts here?
Yes, sir. No.
Any doubts? No doubts? Fine. So this is uniform scaling. And what is this? What is this?
Non-uniform.
Non-uniform scaling. So depending on what kind of question is asked, you have to vary the way you have to solve it. Okay. Non-uniform scaling, uniform scaling. Right. Let me just put this also into box. Fine. So this is about the scale. What do we have next? What do we have next after scale? We have mirror, right? Let's go to mirror next. So next, let's go to mirror. So what is mirror? What is mirror? What is mirror, ma'am? What is mirror? Come on, it's so simple.
Copying the same object at a axis.
Okay, about an axis, right? So mirror is the device which shows reflection of you. Again, mirror is a device which shows your reflection, isn't it? So now if you are standing here, fine, and you are watching at the mirror, fine. So let us say this is the mirror. This is the mirror. So at what distance you will see your image? At what distance you will see your image? Will it be different from this distance or same as this distance? This is your image, let us say. So this is you. Here you are standing and this is where you are seeing the image. So the image distance from the mirror, and your distance from the mirror, are they going to be same or different? Are they going to be same or different? We are of course talking about the plane mirror. We are talking about the plane mirror. We are not taking concave mirror, convex mirror, or no such mirror we are taking. We are just taking a plane mirror and we are saying what is the distance of image from the mirror and what is the distance of you from the mirror. Okay. So is this the same or is it different? Is this the same or different?
Same.
Same. It is the same. So that's what we will be doing here. That's what we will be doing here. Okay. So let's begin again with the coordinates. So x coordinate, x-axis, y-axis. So we will take up a point. So p of x1, y1. Fine. So p of x1, y1. Okay. So now we'll have to take mirror. So where will be the mirror? Where the mirror will be there? Where the mirror will be present? So the mirror will be present over here. Fine. So this is the mirror. Okay. Let me just point it there. So this here is the mirror. When we mirror about this line, where the point P is going to appear. So P will be reflected. So this distance, whatever is there, the same distance will come on the other side, and we will get the point Q here. So this coordinates, let us say x2 and y2. So now once again we'll have to find the relation between x1 y1 and x2 y2. Okay. x1, y1 and x2, y2. So once again, I'll have to write equation x2, y2. And I have to find the relation of this with x1, y1. So what is the relation? What is the relation here? x2, is it same as x1? x2 is same as x1?
Yes.
Yes, length
Yes.
is same. Length
Length is-
is same. What about the sense? This length is x1.
Negative.
Yes, it is
Minus.
negative. It is negative. Fine. It is negative. So this one is minus x1, right? That is minus x1. And that's why the equation becomes minus 1 into x1. So when you are taking mirror about y-axis, when you are taking mirror about y-axis, this is what we will get, right? So minus 1 into x1. And what about y2? What about y2? What about
Y2
y2?
is same.
Y2 is same. Y2 is
Yes.
same,
Yes.
right? So this can be written as y1 because that is the coordinate of this, as well as or y2. Both are the same, right? Even the sign is not changing. Even the sign is not changing. So what we should multiply here? What should be multiplied here? Y2 equal to how much into y1? Just 1, isn't it? Correct?
Yes, sir.
So x2 equal to minus 1 into x1, y2 equal to 1 into y1. So how to write this now again in matrix format? How to write this in matrix format? How to write this in matrix format? Come on, tell me. How to write this in matrix format?
x2 y2 is equals to minus 1 0 0 1 and x1 y1.
Okay, you're telling something, but I think nobody is able to understand. Can you share the screen or share a pic in the chat?
And in written, sir.
Okay, you write and share it. Let us see. Okay, so what you have to do, once again, you'll have to separate x1 and y1 outside. X1 and y1 should be separated outside. Fine. So something should be multiplied here. Something we have to multiply here. Fine. So what we should multiply? What we should multiply? Anyone? Now here again, in the first equation, we don't have the y1 term. So y1 term, we should multiply 0. In the second equation, we don't have x1 term, first term. So first should be 0. Now here, x2 is equal to minus 1 times x1. So this, we have to multiply minus 1 here. And y2 is just multiplied with 1. So 1 should come here. Fine. So this is how the matrix manipulation is going to be. Now the same way, if you take mirror about x-axis, then what will happen? I'm not going to draw the diagram once again. You just think about what it will be and you tell me. So I'm writing the equations again, x2, y2. So x2 equation, what it will be? x2 equation, what it will be? So whatever is this distance, the same distance we have to take on the other side. Come on, tell me.
x2 is equals to x1 and y2 is equals to minus y1.
x2 equals
x1.
Right. So this point becomes q. Let us say x3, y3. Okay. Instead of 2, it will just confuse us. So let us take x3, y3. Okay. And instead of this point, point name also shall we change? Q again will disturb us. So Q, let us say R. Let us say R. Okay. R. So now we have to find R. Fine. So R is the reflection about x-axis. So when we are reflecting about x-axis, the x will remain the same, right? X will remain the same. So 1 into x1. And what about y3? Y3 will become negative because it is coming on the lower side. So minus 1 into y1. So once again, we have to write it in the matrix format. How it will be? x3, y3. x3, y3. So this will be equal to how much? Come on, tell me. Okay, first you tell this,
One.
second, third, fourth in the same order. Once again, I'm repeating. First, tell this, second, third, and fourth. Ready?
1 0 0 1 minus 1.
1 0 0 minus 1. 1 0 0 minus 1. Is it correct? Uh-oh. 1 minute. So 1 0 0 minus 1. That's what you said, right?
Yes.
Is it correct? Others? Any doubt here? X1,
No, sir.
Y1. X1, Y1, we have to multiply here. Okay. So this is what the equation becomes when we are mirroring about x-axis. When we are mirroring about x-axis. So now can we combine these into a common relation? Fine. Mirror the common formula, you can say. The common formula. Common formula. What it will be? It will be x dash y dash equals, dash y dash matrix. This is the transformed value. And what we have to multiply? The top right and bottom left values will always remain zeros. Here you will have plus or minus 1. Here you will have plus or minus 1. Fine. So depending on which axis you are mirroring it about, we will have to take it differently. Right? We'll have to take it differently. So x1, y1. Okay. So this is the formula for mirror. So is the time up? The time is up. You see, you didn't remind me again. I was the one who told you to remind whenever the class is finishing. And you didn't remind. So if you don't remind, I'll continue for another 4 to 5 minutes and you will be late for the next class. Isn't it? Anyway, I have noted that the time is over. So let me stop the screen sharing. The recording is anyway available. I'll stop the screen sharing. Stop the recording.